Welcome to the Corporate Cafe series. I'm here with Cindy Breakspeare, past Miss World and successful corporate foods dieter. Cindy has lost 25 pounds on the corporate foods diet.
I have.
Tell us a little bit about the experience.
Well, I guess a good place to start would be leading into making a decision to go that route. I knew someone who had done it and had great success. And I guess over a period of about, I want to say maybe 8 years or so, you find the weight just creeping on and you don't realize. And instead of buying a medium, you buy the large. Or it's a very gradual process. Until I found myself in a place where I just hated the way my photographs looked when they came out in the newspaper or wherever they came out. I just wasn't liking the way anything was fitting, the way anything was looking on me. I wasn't looking forward to enjoying my clothes or getting dressed up to go out or whatever. And I kept saying, I'm going to take this weight off. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I know what I have to do. I need to just make up my mind and do it. And I wasn't doing it. I just was not doing it. And finally the day came when I had to say to myself, you know something? You need to get some help. You need to get on a program with someone monitoring you. And most of all, you need to be prepared. If you're not prepared, you're going to eat the wrong things. That to me is one of the most profound lessons that I've learned out of this. If you don't prepare what it is you're going to be putting in your mouth, because you're going to put something in there.
That's right.
You are going to fail and you're not going to lose the weight. And I knew you before, of course, as a former Miss Jamaica. And I knew you had the CoreFit program. And I said, you know something? It's time to just tough up your muscle, as Damon would say, and go down to CoreFit and get on the program. Best thing I did.
Okay, so it sounds as if you really needed to get yourself a toolkit and you needed to get yourself a coach.
Yep.
So you were able to find that over by corporate foods.
I was. And, you know, for me, probably there was a bit of arrogance involved as well because I'm coming out of a gym background. And I'm supposed to know what to do and I'm supposed to have the discipline to be able to do it. And it just wasn't happening. And I kept saying, you know, I'm not going to be the fat girl who used to look good one time. You know? And when people sit down to talk about it, they say, who? Cindy? When last is here? She used to look good one time, you know, but she get fat now, you see? Now, I didn't want that to be my story.
Okay.
There are many other stories that you could attribute to me, and I would probably be fine with 99.9% of them. That was not one of them.
No, it was certainly not as a past Miss World.
No, and when you've set the bar somewhere already, or a bar has been set for you, whichever way you want to put it, that becomes your reference point
You
for
hold
life.
the standard.
Absolutely.
You hold the standard.
Yes.
So you're motivated by holding the standard from your Miss World background, fashion, and pride.
Yes.
So,
And the fact that because of my relationship with Bob and now having Damien, being in the public eye is something that has never gone away. It's never left my life. So you know that you're going to, these pictures, they're going to follow you everywhere.
they're going to fly.
Yeah, so you better make sure that you're happy with them. And you feel better. When you feel good about yourself, you feel better about everything as you go about your day. As I always say to people, they say, where you dress up going so? And I'm like, well, I'm going on the road. Of course I'm going to dress up. Why not? I said, you know, and the days when I feel the worst is the days when I make the most effort.
Exactly.
Because what usually happens, you can relate.
Of course.
Yeah, what usually happens is that somebody, if you're fortunate enough, may pay you a lovely compliment and you just feel your spirit start to go right back up to where you would like it to be. So,
For sure. Sometimes I'm in the house and I just dress up because it gives me a lift.
yeah,
Little perfume. It's amazing what it can do.
for sure.
So tell me about how losing the weight made you feel in your clothes. How was that transition and how did it affect your confidence and what changed for you when you had lost the 25 pounds?
Well, it was, I would say it was I was diligent about it. I didn't cheat. I really was very, very good. But I think as you get older, it takes a little longer too for the pounds to come off. It's easier to go on and harder to come off. But
That's at any age.
well, perhaps. But as it begins to come off and things start to fit you differently and you start to see your image changing in the mirror, it's a snowball, it's a chain reaction. And you feel better when you put your clothes on and you start to look forward to your little shopping trips, your little shopping sprees. I remember when Tony and Singh won Miss World and they were having a reception at Jamaica House. I thought, oh Lord, what am I going to wear? And I took off that very morning and I found something wonderful that I really loved. And the minute I put it on and zipped it up, I was able to say, right, bill me, wrap it, that's it, I'm done.
Easy.
Just like that.
And it could be a dilemma if you're constantly having to be in the public eye.
Absolutely.
And shop.
Absolutely.
So shopping was easier.
Yeah, shopping became much easier, choosing. And I don't wear everything because I don't believe everything suits me. People always say, oh, you look good in everything. No, no. Nobody looks good in everything. That's a fallacy. We all have our strengths and our weaknesses physically. You accentuate your good points and you play down the others. You'll never catch me in a miniskirt. Certainly not at this age and stage of my life. That just ain't happening. So you have to keep it real, meanwhile you're making your choices.
Right.
But it really did make shopping and looking forward to getting dressed wonderfully and attending an event a new and invigorating and fun experience again, which I loved.
Yes. Because you're a leader.
Yeah.
So for you to feel like you got back yourself, it resonates when you step into a room and other women pick up on it and everybody wants something like what you have got.
Well,
So
I mean, whether one is a leader or not is always debatable, but certainly if you're someone that has been in the public eye for a long time and you know that you're still being watched, you do feel the pressure of that. You do feel the pressure of living under the microscope, and you do feel
an obligation to set your standards on high.
You absolutely do.
And you certainly have.
In many different ways, not just the way you look, your behavior, your attitudes, your values, how you present yourself when you step out there. But you never get a second chance to make a first impression. So it all goes hand in hand. When you step into a room and you feel good about the way you look, the response that you get from people right away is going to be positive. Right away.
That's great.
Yeah.
So tell me about the food choices on the Corfit Foods diet. Which were your favorites?
I love the shakes. So easy. You can walk with it. I love the bars. I've enjoyed the salty snacks. I love the chili. I love the lemonade. So many choices. There's so many choices that you don't. That was the other thing I liked about it too. You don't have to feel deprived. And being prepared not to eat the wrong thing, it's actually made easy by the fact that these foods are available.
Readily available.
Yeah, readily available. You know exactly what you're going to have. Sometime in the morning I'll do a boiled egg, hard boiled egg, slice it up thin, drizzle the chili over it, and make sure I throw a bar in my handbag when I'm leaving the house. It just, because there's other things around all the time. And as I said before, if you don't have the right thing handy, you're going to eat the wrong thing.
That's right.
And then when the scale is not reflecting what you want to see, you become demotivated.
That's it.
You see, and that is when you really start to go off the rails and cheat, and you're back to square one.
Exactly.
Yeah, for sure.
So for busy people, it really worked because you were able to just plug it in, and it didn't cost you too much of your time or your attention.
Yeah.
Because it was just easy to get to.
Absolutely.
Okay, that's great.
Absolutely.
So what about the hunger?
You know, I didn't really find that I was feeling hungry all the time. I really didn't.
Because the structure worked itself around your hunger to curb your appetite.
Yeah. If I'm ravenous, it's because I really have not had what I should have had. You know, if I leave home and just take a bar, or if I don't do the breakfast before I leave and walk with the bar, or whatever it is, I know. Yesterday I was really, really busy. And when I finally got home at like 4:30 or 5, I mean, I sat down over a mountain of salad, and I was genuinely hungry, but really ravenous. I don't often feel like that.
Okay.
Usually, I'm okay.
So
I'm
you had
going
skipped a
along
meal
fine.
yesterday.
Definitely. I didn't really never sat down before a plate of food until then.
And you know what's great too is that you're now reprogramming your body to expect that it's going to get food on a regular basis. So now you've gone and locked into a system and you've programmed this practice of eating small portions regularly, and then your body's happy. And when you skip a meal, it tells you, I'm not happy.
Well,
So you have that tool that you can take away. You've trained your body
Yeah.
differently.
well, I think my body was always expecting food, you know.
I don't think so. I think it's all up here.
I was teasing you, but definitely, you are what you eat. Definitely.
What was different about this plan that you had done previously that didn't work? What other plans did you try?
None.
None of them.
No, because I never really had to, ever. But I was always a healthy eater
Right.
from gym days. I always loved salad, always loved my raw food. I mean, when I go out for lunch, it doesn't matter what's on the menu, 9 times out of 10, I order a salad because I just love salad, and I feel really sad for people who don't generally love salad. So, but no, I had never been on any other plan that was set out, So I guess I was pretty lucky. My weight stayed consistent.
And you've always been an exercise
Yes.
person too.
Absolutely.
So that also helps
That
you to
helps,
maintain.
of course.
You'll be effortlessly slim if you just
Well,
exercise.
But the weight can creep on. You have to watch it. Comes a point now where you have to be aware and realize that things that you used to be able to get away with, not anymore.
Okay.
That day does come.
What kinds of challenges did you find sticking to the plan?
What are you talking about here? Ice cream, maybe? Chocolate? What are we
It's
really
not
talking
directed at you. It's an open question.
about? Well, I mean, it's the guilty pleasures. But that is where things like your bars and your shakes come in, because they really are delicious.
Great.
Yeah, they really.
So they hit your sweet
Yeah,
spot.
yeah, they do. They absolutely do. I think that would have been the hardest part of it, because, as I say, it's standard for me to be sitting down to a plate of salad with some grilled chicken or some grilled shrimp on the side. So that doesn't represent a sacrifice for me.
Mhm.
That definitely doesn't represent a
Mhm,
sacrifice.
mhm.
I missed fruit a lot
Mm-hmm.
at times, and I know I'll be able to reintroduce that as soon as I get,
To your goal.
back to my goal. But you have to be diligent and watch it. You really have to. And I think that everyone, in my experience, and especially now that social media has become a window into so many people's lives internationally, you realize that all the women that you know that are really looking good, they're conscious. Their lifestyle is one of consciousness about what they eat and drink and how they live their exercise program. It's not an accident, and it's not just by chance. They make an effort every single day.
And they build it into their intention
Yes.
for their lives.
Yeah, definitely.
So what about socializing? How was that? How did the diet affect you when you had to socialize?
It really didn't. Because I found that usually on every buffet line there will be protein and vegetables of
Available.
some kind. Yes, there always is. And like if I was going away for the weekend, for example, let's say Damon was headlining some festival the year I just went on the program for the first time, I just made sure to walk with my foods, so that I had my shake there in the morning, and I had my bars to snack on, and I had my chili, and I didn't have to feel left out, and then I could eat the other things in between that were appropriate for the meal plan. There again, if you don't prepare,
Yeah.
That's
If
when
you're
you
not
pay the
organized,
price.
you won't be
Yeah.
successful.
yeah, you have to.
That's for sure.
Yeah.
And I remember when you first started this plan, it was Reggae Sumfest, and
Yeah.
your goal was to get to your goal weight, which is a 25-pound weight loss,
Yes,
by Reggae
By
Sumfest when it was
Sumfest.
Damien's 40th birthday,
Yes.
and you were going to be stepping on stage to wish him happy birthday and congratulate him on the show.
Mhm.
And did you reach that goal?
Yes, I did.
And I was so proud of you.
Oh, girl, I was so proud of you too. You feel good. Well, it's like any achievement in life, you know. But the added bonus with this is that it shows on you. Your energy changes and your aura changes, and just it's not the same as passing an exam that nobody sees. You know what I mean? This is in your face. This is in everybody's face. And let's face it, we live in a small society here. Everybody's watching everybody, and checking out how they're looking and what they're wearing and what they're doing. And not that I ever paid a whole lot of attention to that. I really always have danced to the beat of my own drum, but it is important for me to feel good about myself. Very, very important.
And I actually remember you sharing when you had first taken off that 25 pounds, the aura and the energy that was actively exuding from you once you got down to your goal weight, because you started to dress differently now, and you started to step differently now. And you actually shared with me that when you stepped into your office, the women who you encountered, first thing they said, boy, you really look different.
Yes.
You really look good. And I think that beyond the aesthetic, physical appearance, there's something that lives in you now and comes alive.
Yes.
From having transformed.
Yeah. Well, when you lose as much as 25 or 30 pounds, people that haven't seen you for a while, first of all, they really notice it. But as you rightly say, people in the office, they really, you've lost a lot of weight. You've lost a... People definitely noticed it. It's sure.
That's great.
And you stop wearing the big baggy clothes to disguise it, of course, and you're able now to accentuate your waistline. You know what I mean? So now you gotta have a wardrobe with some nice broad belts, right? So
you got options.
Yeah, that's for sure.
You got options.
That's for sure.
All of a sudden you have options.
That's for sure.
And that's a great thing that you're able to inspire other women as well. Because I'm sure that there are others who are looking on and saying, I'd love to get me some of that.
Well, many other women inspire me too, yourself included. Many women out there inspire me too, and it's you give and you get.
Exactly, and pass it on.
Yeah,
it's important to pass it on.
Yeah, for sure.
So, I want to say thank you so much to Cindy, and thank you all of you for being here with us. We've started and created our first program in a series of Corporate Cafe, and we're going to be sharing the experience of other women who have been successful in transforming their bodies, reaching their goals, and bringing themselves to a new high.